Hello and welcome to another opening where I'm gonna cover this time around the Russians. As you might see on the flag, on the bottom and on the TC, the Russian opening is quite straightforward, where you want to collect all the crates. Some people leave the wood crate on the floor, but I would say that you want to use the wood crate for a house and a market. You don't want to chop anything for the market, for Antidok, I mean. Instead, you're gonna rely on treasures. As we said, you wanna spread them out to wood and food, respectively. Keep in mind that you have to have 260 food in order to collect the first batch. The faster the better it is. There we go. First batch in queue. And with the wood, as said earlier, you want to build a house and a market. The market being that you want to research hunting dogs, if possible. I already used a crack shot on the first treasure, which gave me 45 wood. I'm gonna get this treasure for another 45 wood. And I was fortunate enough to have 40 coin next to me. I didn't scout it yet, but it's really close to my scouting, to my line of sight. And in terms of wills, you want to queue up 14 villagers, and you want to age up with 14 wills. You are going to have a bit of idle time, because your wills are going to be done by like 2:45, or something like that. So it's not a shame at all to idle for a bit. You're going to age up by like 3:5, 3:7. And see what I do? I'm going to collect 10 coin to get my hunting dog ready. Because I tried it to collect hunting dogs to get 50 coin, 50 wood as tight as possible and as early as possible. And with all the treasures, you're gonna age up at like 3:15, which is way too late for 1v1s. In teams, you can shop for it, since on teams you're mostly gonna age up 17 wills, because it makes the transition a little bit easier to macro for. Click on play, there it is. Gonna click just 5 wood, so I can get the hunting dogs, and then get all the rest on food then again. And as treasure priority, you mostly want to focus on wood and coin early on, till you get your hunting dogs ready, and then the rest is pretty much trying to focus on food, if you can, to boost up your age time by a bit. Because Russia is all about tempo. That's the 14 village up. That's all you want to queue up. 14 wills, and that's it. First card is gonna be distributivism. The wood trickle. In short. I never gonna get the word right. Which gonna contribute towards solid wood income. Which means your most of it's gonna be on food anyways. Pretty nice for some early housing. I did saw this, but I was quite low HP. I was hoping to find some other treasure that I could get easier for another food treasure, but unfortunately there's like not really many food treasures on this map. There's this only one here in the north, and this one in the south, and anything else pretty much wood, coin, or experience, which we don't need. Okay, there you go. If you would have picked up the 100 food trade, I would have been ending up at like 250. There we go. We're gonna age up with the quartermaster, and in the transition phase, you are definitely want to get a gang saw, because it does boost up your your wood shopping by 10%, 2.5 to 0.6. And you don't really need placer mines as early, because you're not gonna have as many wills on coin. Most of it's gonna be on food. And as soon as you age up, you want to herd 2 or 3 hunts, depending on how confident you are in your herding, and get 2 wills immediately towards the middle of the map. this map is kind of weird to place your blockhouse because you cannot build buildings on the ice over there. So you have to build it on either one of the sides. And the goal with Russia is usually to starve off your opponent, to keep the map control, constant pressure, and to never let your opponent have a breathing room to expand any further than their base. You want to build the blockhouse ASAP with 2 wills, because 1 will is usually a bit too slow. And they can deny it if there are some certainty, for example Asta, which can age up fast and get the big button done, which that way denies your entire blockhouse, which most of the time is going to be a GG. Alright, the crates have nearly arrived, and the first card of choice is going to be 5 Cossack, and then it depends on what you want to do. If you want to push in with the 5 Cossack and 5 Musketeers, or if you want to push in with 5 Cossacks and 10 Strelets. I, for myself, chose to push in with 5 Cossacks and 10 Strelets, because there was not really anything here to deny here, since it's just against the eye. Just for an example. If you want to go for a Musketeer and Cossack timing, you want to collect coin instead of wood. And if you want to push in with Strelets, you want to collect only food, because your wood is gonna be more than enough to get the first batch of Strelets in. And in the early game, it's not a shame to idle your TC for a bit to get military out, because your income is not as good to maintain both whip production and military production. So it's completely fine to idle your town center for a bit to get your batch time, because with Russia you need a lot of resources in your bank in order to queue them up. Because for the trailers you need like 375 food and 100 wood, for example, to queue them up. For Musketeers, equal amount of food and coin. So it's kind of difficult in the beginning to get that right. And as soon as you build your blockhouse, it's important that you set the military shipment point to the blockhouse and not to your town center, because it does decrease the reinforcement time by half, pretty much. Because you can see I'm pretty much immediate in the base. And the Battle of Soda is gonna be done rather sooner than later. And as I see, the early game is pretty much all the bits on food. Since your steady wood trigger is enough to get your housing and your Strelets going. Again, if you want to get Musketeers instead of your Strelets, you want to get coin instead. The second card of your choice is going to be 700 wood, which is going to either be used for a second blockhouse or a stable. Again, is of your choice what you want to do. And I'm gonna constant pressure your other opponent. I know it's just the AI, but I'm trying to set an example here. As see, the wood is slowly running dry, and that's where the wood is coming handy. You can get another batch of Strelets up quite confidently. And with the wood you wanna research steel traps, very important. That's what I'm chopping wood for, coin for steel traps. And I also want to get myself some Musketeers going for some handicap and for some siege. There's no second blockhouse. You ideally want to place your blockhouse close to your first blockhouse, so it's more difficult to siege them down at the same time, because you want your blockhouse to be in range of your first blockhouse. So either when your opponent wants to siege on the one or the other, that they can protect each other. Because a 30 attack is nothing to sniff about. And ideally you want to either your opponent or get some free siege down. For example, a house, a market, wrecks, or some TPs. The opponent didn't build a TP, so I did not choose to get them down. And place of mines too. Defense and place of mines usually is going to go for the 700 wood. Again, going to be used for a second blockhouse and some more housing. The third of choice is gonna be 700 coin, which gonna last for a long time. Because again, those recruits are very cheap in terms of coin. And once a coin comes in, you pretty much can leave all your wheels on food and 2 or 3 on wood to maintain production of those 2 blockhouses. And keep in mind that your wheels are training faster than normal wheels. Because they train matches of 3, they, I think, train 10% faster and are 10% cheaper. Again, I'm not the best numbers guy. I'm gonna make a pinned comment below if I find the resources. Again, the wood's gonna be used for some more housing. And as I said earlier, I want to get myself some more recruits for some more siege. And the 4th cut of choice is most of the time gonna be New Order regiments, which are gonna boost your hit points and attack of all your infantry by 10%, pretty much. Or if you get pressured, it's also completely fine to ship 13 Strelets instead. If you find yourself struggling to get your mass out. They're gonna siege on a free house, getting some real kills. And I don't want the AI to resign too early. That's why I'm doubling back on this. As you see here, all my bits are on food, nothing on wood, nothing on coin. Just all on food. And thanks to sea traps, our bits are gathering quite fast. And I'm managing to get out pretty much constant batches of Strelets and Rosketeers. And there's the New Order regiments, and this is usually the go time. Where your army is the strongest. Got yourself a decent amount of 25 Musketeers, 20 Strelets, most Strelets coming on the way too. And yeah. Once the cut is in, is usually the go time to push in. You can also ship 600 coin as backup to age up behind it. Or spice trade for your some more economy, or the boyars for your cavalry to get stronger if you chose to get a stable down instead of a blockhouse. But I could have pushed here and then shipped 600 coin behind it to age up. But I'm backing off so that the AI doesn't give up as fast. But yeah, that's usually the go time, and that's pretty much wraps up for the rush opening. Quite straightforward. Game plan is to starve your opponent out. In the H1, focus your treasures on wood and coin early on to get your hunting dog ready. And if you don't find any treasures, don't bother to shop for wood and coin for the hunting dogs, because it would slow down your age time by too much to be worth it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna see you then in the next one. Bye!